Hello everyone, Lark and Omega here. You're watching my Modded Factorio playthrough. I record these live on Twitch, usually in batches of 3 to 4 episodes. This is episode number 36 for YouTube. And we are pushing onward with some train stuff. So let's just get right to it now. I'm already loaded in because I was looking around trying to remind me what I was doing. This is bothersome. Evo UI is not working. So what we need to do is we need to extend this these train tracks down, and I think there's a way to do it. Aha. So here's the new build mode, which is kind of really useful. And I'm going to build it down to here. So this makes diagonals really easy to make. That's okay, we can pick that up. So no longer do we have to struggle with the diagonals, which was an issue. Alright, so how do we get out of this? I'm not sure how to get... There we go. Okay, so Q is a cancel. So no longer do we have to struggle with the diagonals, which is really nice. Just click. Aha, okay. So I need to make this come in and come to a stop somewhere, probably right here. I wonder if I can make this long enough to make it a stop. That's probably good. And put this stop down here, and it needs to be on the right side of the track, otherwise it's not going to work. And we've got unloading station. We're going to need some stack inserters, 6 of them in fact. We'll do that. And since we're unloading ore, yeah, and we'll call this iron ore unload. Okay. Huh. The other one didn't save. I was pretty sure I renamed it. Anyway, that'll be iron ore unload, and this will be iron ore loading. And we'll come up, like I said, we'll come up with a naming scheme later. Iron ore. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. 111 FE ore. This is loading, so we'll put loading for 111 train, and it's iron ore. Okay. And can I remotely rename the stations? No, it doesn't look like I can. And this one will be called unloading for 111 FE ore. Okay. Awesome. Alright. And then this, we might as well put in a warehouse. Oh, so I remembered something. I have a bunch of crap that I don't want to use anymore. It's all right in here, right? So I have this wonderful thing right here, which takes crap that I don't want and turns it into stuff that I do want, like pipes and circuits and iron and all of that. Like this, I made one too many solar panels. I don't need it. make that a little bit quicker. There, that should do it really quick. So now I can just come in and grab this stuff. Yay, stuff. Uh-oh. We have engaged the enemy. And they have been found wanting because they've just died. Which means we're going to need to start making ammo soon. Not surprising that I'm going to need ammo, but it needs to happen. We can even break down the stone furnaces, which we don't need anymore. Drop them in there. And drop all that in there. Alright. Pull out some of the crap. Alright, let's yeah, we need steel and iron, which is why one of the reasons I came down here. Go and grab all that steel. How much iron do I need? 2. I need 2 iron and steel bricks. I guess I can go steal 2 iron real quick. Should be enough. Make us up a warehouse. And what this is going to do is it's just going to feed down to oh, damn it. This is just going to feed down to the iron ore processor for right now. Yeah, like this. And then we'll just take it straight up. This is such a mess. I mean, honestly, this is a big mess that I probably should be doing something better with, but I just don't. I don't have the vision right now for what I should be doing better with it. Okay, so we're gonna set this up. Oh yeah, we're gonna need to set it up because we don't have enough room. There and there. We'll drag it out this way and then just straight down. That should do it. So we just put these in place like this. Alright, we set up the medium poles. No, we don't need one right there, we need to put one in the middle. Those are all powered now. There's no discrimination, so now we can set up the train. Oh, we don't want to do that yet. We do want to link that up, and we want to do that. So we got no fuel, but that's okay. We're going to use some solid fuel, and I will set up at some point 3, 4, 5, 6. I will set up a refueling, but I don't need to worry about that until much, much later because this solid fuel lasts a long time. Okay, so now for the schedule, we're going to turn it automatic. Well, turn it back to manual, and we will throw in loading ore until inventory full. And then we will throw in unloading ore until inventory empty. And we will step back from the train and we will send it off on its mission. That is the worst. The shortest route I have ever made to accomplish. That is the worst. Wow. Anyway, I need to add a wait until inactivity. We'll give it 15 seconds of inactivity. And we need to make it ore. Yeah. So the train filled up, right? I can't check. but I think it filled up. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely filled up. So now we got the ore running through, and this, while these 4 aren't perfectly saturating the belt, they are doing a damn good job of getting ore in. So now we're running it all through these. Now we're actually working at full capacity. Well, not quite full capacity, but you see we're getting a little bit of overflow into the 4th line. The 5th one will probably... Oh, there's one in the 5th. So we are running up at full capacity. Awesome. These are running constantly. We're going to have to increase this, but we got the iron flowing again, which is what matters. Excellent. So now that that's taken care of, and see, this one's going to stay full on ore. It probably will fill up again really quickly. Kind of think of it, we didn't need this. We could have put a wow, I really can't think of the words tonight. We could have put a warehouse up here to do this for us, but the boxes themselves are a little bit cheaper. This is a little bit more expensive. I don't know. It's what it is. But this does improve throughput. Like, honestly, this will not get backed up. And see, now it's full, so now it's going back down. We don't really get up to speed because it's such a short route, but it works. It works really well. Okay, next up we need to start setting up... Well, we need to make some plans for how we're going to do stuff in the future. I've got... no engines, no trains in my inventory. But I need to think about how I'm going to reorient the whole factory. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to, by doing a factory bus, I can change the way things happen in the factory. Like, for instance, with the way this splitter setup, I can instead feed it directly off of like a warehouse or a bunch of chests and have them feed into the Factorio Smoke Factory. And I can also create individual stations. In my head it should work really well, but the issue I have is I might not have enough resources built up yet, because this thing is so low and it's not running really good. We've got enough locomotives here that it shouldn't be an issue. Shouldn't be too much of an issue, and we can always have it make more. The engines are starting to get backed up, which is nice, but this could be a lot more optimal for what it is. Could be laid out a little bit differently. Could be laid out a lot differently without any loss of effort here. I have to think about what I'm doing and what I'm trying to do here. So, the plan for the rail bus. So I'm going to create the rail sections like I normally would, right? And off of them, we're going to bring down into individual stops like this. Okay? And the trains will stop at each stop, and they'll probably be the double-headed trains like this one, the 101, the 111. And from there, they'll be able to come right back out and go right back into, well, that's not a good Good place to put an example. But they'll come back out and be able to travel further along the line. So what I'm going to do is have ore trains come in and unload their ore. The ore then will be sent to the individual foundry units, which can then expand. I'll probably stop using the Factorissimo buildings at some point, but for right now they work. The plates will come out the other end, and then I'll start storing the plates. So what I've got right now is I'm storing the plates inside the Factorissimo building, which is all right. But I'll probably move it down and put another one on the upper part, not too hard. But I'll be sending them out and probably then storing them again on the outside. Just that way I've got a whole lot of storage space, and then I'll send it off on the plates into each individual section. So for the science lab, if to service the science lab, I've got 2 lines of iron coming in, 1 of copper, and half of a sulfur and half of a plastic, right? So the train cars have 40 slots, I believe. Let's put one down real quick. Yeah. So the train cars have 40 slots. So what I would do there is I would filter it for copper, filter it for iron, and then I would put half sulfur and half plastic. And this would ensure the proper ratios get delivered at the right time. I mean, that's all that's going in, right? That's it. Everything else is produced internally. So what then happens is that I filter the inserters off the end, and they grab it and they load it into their storage. We make sure the train waits till it's full, until it's empty. So everything gets grabbed off, put into storage, or inactivity. So it gets put into storage, and then it goes and leaves, and it goes back around, and it picks up the sulfur and the plastic and the iron and the copper, and then it goes back. So the major issues I'm going to have with this is that I'm going to have trains that need waiting areas, and I'm going to need a whole bunch of trains to do it. I'm going to need a refueling system that's really solid. Right now this fuel is not. To the point where I probably need to start using this to make more solid fuel. But we can do all of that, and that way the trains will just work, and they'll sit there until they're empty, and then they'll go back and grab more equipment, more stuff. And as long as I've got the ratios right, they'll run out of stuff at the right time. But for the most part, they'll be waiting at their end unit before they go out and get more stuff. Sound like a good idea? I seem to like it. And it'll be a really interesting factory because I'll be in very much danger of getting run over constantly, which should be fun. And then I can do things like this. Like, I can go get the stone. Look how far the stone has to go. I can send a train, go get stone, and bring it in. Well, ideally, though, I'll mine out all these resources on this island and have the whole thing to play with. And what we'll do is we'll set up a major unloading. We'll have big trains that go out in the world and collect stuff and bring it back. They will unload into a centralized unloading place, which will sort everything out, probably using bots. And then trains will come in and grab the base resources and take them to where they need to be. So like they'll go get the ore, and I'll have like an ore train. It'll probably be a little bit bigger than what it is now, and I'll probably have a much larger foundry. And we'll take that ore and we will then take it to the foundry section, which will be set aside, and we'll be able to collect the iron and the copper from that foundry and bring it in. We can if we set the foundry section to one side, like in its own space. It can be, we can add several stops. All of these will only need like one stop, and then maybe two stops, one for unloading and one for loading of stuff. Science is not going to need anything extra, which will be nice. The power station's only going to need one input, which is solid fuel, and it has an internal buffer, so it'll keep running for quite a long time. We're transitioning to solar anyway, but yeah, that should be good. So let me know what you think. I am looking forward to doing this, and I think what I will do in the meantime is I'll go set up my solar field. Make a couple more of these bad boys. But I think this system will work out pretty well, and we should have a good time doing it. Let's see, solar. Oh, that's one of the things that got lost. Did I not ever go up and do that? So I had some technical difficulties between the last two episodes, and I had to recover, and I think I forgot to go finish the solar farm, or I did finish the solar farm, I just didn't blueprint it. Okay. So that works out. I just want to get this blueprint, and then we can start putting down a couple more. Go get some landfill stuff. I think that might be a good idea. Let me put one down right over here, I think. Oh yeah, it fits right there. Really want to get some bots made. Really want to get some bots. Anyway, I was checking to see how much I needed. 76 and 64. Okay. Put a couple of these down by hand. Ideally, we won't be using much of this island for solar. We'll be using other places, but it's okay. The major benefit of a rail network, though, is once you've got it set up properly, you can hook up any individual piece to the rail network without problem. And it doesn't have to be sequential or in order or anything. So like with the main bus here, I have to split off, and then I have to make sure it's balanced, and I have to worry about that. And it's stretched out for quite a ways. With a rail system, if I need something locally produced, all I have to do is set up the factory to produce it, and then set up the train to go fetch the items. And once I've got the support structure in place for the items to be produced, I don't have to worry about it, or I just have to go and expand that. So yeah, it'll be a better design. It'll be fun for me to do. So yeah, lots of explaining this episode, and I think I'm done. I'm not in much of a mood to play today, and it's definitely affecting my ability to concentrate. Let's check this. Yeah, it fills up. Doesn't take too long to fill up either. These miners are going pretty hot and heavy. In fact, they'll probably strip out this iron fairly quickly. But yeah, the rail network should be really cool to have and really neat to do. The issue is that just rails can be somewhat expensive. They're cheaper than belts over long distances. I think this is like the minimum distance I should use the rails at. Like, if this was any closer, I would not want to use it. But I kind of need the throughput. And we're building up a nice big backlog of ore here. Anyway, lots of plans, and I just got to be enthusiastic about getting it figured out. So, I've been Larkin Omega. You've been watching me play my Modded Factorio. I will be back next time, and we will do more. Hopefully I'll be a lot more enthusiastic about what I'm doing. So I will talk to all of you next time. Bye.